my presentation about who inspired me to come to university. And basically, automatically it's got an outline already of the people, Marcus Garvey, mentors and coaches. This is going to be outline the speak, but I'm going to talk about why they inspired me, what is coaching, and what is a mentor, basically. Context, I'm looking at in management terms, is it's going to be people that inspire me, part people like my mentors and coaches, and the importance of having mentor and coaches through personal management and management development. I'm going to go straight on. I adapted a quote by Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was a guy born in 1920, the leader of the Pan-African Congress movement, which was developed by him. He brought movements across the whole of the world. One of the best probably movements of gathering people, black people together throughout the Caribbean, throughout America, for the reason that he travelled throughout the Caribbean and America and saw people living in plight. He set up organisations. So the adaptation, this quote that he talked about was, the future belongs, supposed to be the future instead of further. The future belongs to those who learn from the lessons of the past, draw on them and create a better, richer and sustainable future by creating programs from their real experiences, knowledge and expertise. So what the lessons from the past that we need to learn from? One, that if you get access to education, take the opportunity. Education is a tool for life, and that's one of the lessons of the past. Create a better, rich and sustainable future is an important thing. Education can do that now, as well as approaching the 21st century, by creating programs from the real experiences, knowledge and expertise, something I added to it. Why? Because now we're starting to look at how we adapt programs to where we're from our experiences. That's what's coming through. There's so many different learning styles, so many different types of good practices and models and methods that are around now. I put it at the end because basically what I've done is actually draw from my grassroots experience of where I was in the Mossad area, what I learned there, and who I learned it from. Important. That's the most important. I gathered a lot of real experience from doing stuff myself, knowledge through doing stuff myself, and expertise, but not only that, through going through coaches. So, who's the first person? That was my coach. So Roy Evan Blackman, I've known him since 7 years old. He used to give me private lessons from 11 to 16, and he was my mum's partner. He's like my second father. He had an MA in education. He was my mentor coach. His achievements was, he came actually from Guyana. He came to the UK. He wanted to be a doctor. But some mix up, his brother thought here that he was giving his money to someone else, and unfortunately, his brother stopped his funding and he became a teacher, ironically. Now, so Mr. Blackman was a foundation within our community, the Manchester community, and outside, in establishing classes to help people. So lawyers, doctors who were having problems with education used to come to him. A lot of people sent their daughters and children to him to help him educationally. But he didn't only do that. He established, in Manchester at the time, what happened, we didn't have, like, for example, we didn't have a youth club. So they set the first youth club, they set the first ever black creche ever there. And where I actually live is called Arrow and Walton. Basically, for multicultural groups, basically, they set up a housing association, and he was part of that. He's an important point to me because I'll talk later on about my learning disabilities, learning difficulties that I have. Unfortunately, which he was aware of at the time, which is quite ironic. Yeah, because he knew nothing about it, but I can explain the reason for that. I can see the reason for it. But he was an important coach for me in the context of where I want to go, because I want to be involved in training and development, using the arts for wide range of things, as well as artistic development. It was important for me because he used to keep saying to me all the time, he goes, to teach people, you need to have knowledge, you need to have experience, you need to have skills. So I just thought, oh, I can do the workshops and do what I was doing. And he said, no, especially particularly those who learn difficulties, you need to know about knowledge. He's the late Sir Roy Blackman, I should have said as well. And he had an MA in education. This woman just recently died as well. That's a good friend of his, Louise Dapakodia. She just recently died a few months ago. She came up with Mr. Blackman. They're involved in like cultural organisation. She was a nurse, same as Mr. Blackman. What's important to her community and the wider community themselves. So she was part of Arrock and Walton Housing Association. She got an honorary degree as well from Manchester University. You can see she's a JP as well, she's a JP within the community. So these two individuals offered to give me mentoring and coaching because, for a reason, they saw that I had abilities, one. Secondly, I was one of the only youngsters, young people growing up. I had an understanding of socialising in different groupings. So from 7, my mum used to take me to backwards anyway, and socialise me in different areas. And why am I saying that? Because I was seeing one of the guys in the street, which I was one of the guys in the street, used to say that my parents made sure I was socialised in certain things. So they became my mentors because they knew I wanted to establish something, one, in regards to my community, one, to strive for excellence. So this is what was one of the mentors. So why they inspired me? My achievements and dreams. My dream is to establish a training organisation, which basically does a number of different things. The training and development, that's one part of it. We promote people artistically to develop themselves in the creative industries. Because within my community, what's happening, we do have the arts, it's great, but a lot of people want to be involved in the commercial industry because they look to North America, and because it's not wealth, they want to make wealth creation. And the arts is not, it's great for developing the skills, yeah, but wealth creation is not really part of that makeup. So that's what part came to do. My achievements and dreams. Right, yeah, they knew I was ready to overcome my academic fears due to learning difficulties now. So when I came to university, I'd learned difficulties, but they didn't know what it was. 2005, I found out I was severe